What's up, y'all? Hey, this is dope. Um, for y'all who, well, I guess most of you guys don't know me. This is my first time, being seen on here. Um, yeah, my name is Mark. I also go by Easy and KK if you know something. But yeah, call me any of those three. Yeah, this is my first time doing a live collective reading on here. Not even just on here, but in general. Like, I've done readings and I've channeled and posted videos, but never live. So yeah, this is exciting, and I'm grateful for you guys to be here for this part of the journey, and yeah, to see where it goes. Definitely gonna be here every Monday at 1. Probably get started pulling cards at around 1:11, but yeah, I'll be on here at 1. And yeah, so I'm definitely excited to see what comes through today. I don't really have anything planned, or I'm not coming in with any channels or anything that specific that I'm coming to say, but it's definitely gonna tell us, what we need to know for this week and the energies at play, and yeah, it's gonna be dope. One thing I will say that I've been feeling lately, and very much today and going into this week for sure, is that it's time. Like, it's time for everything, like whatever that means in your life, in your reality. It's time. So this moment, if you came in here and you were thinking about something, or this morning when you woke up you were thinking about something, or you've been battling with, like, damn, should I do this, should I do that, or feeling called to do anything, it's time. Like, definitely do what it is you need to do. Lock in with yourself, kind of explore. I'm shuffling right now, by the way. Yeah, kind of explore whatever that is, and yeah, it's time. So definitely don't overthink it. Your heart already told you what to do, so don't let your mind get in the way. I'm really excited. The cards feel a little electric today. I guess we'll get started. The first card out, Knight of Pentacles. And I feel like that goes exactly with what I was just saying. It's time, It's time to head out. Like, you've been at the castle for a while. You've been preparing. You've been, getting ready for this expedition, for this journey, And you've been trying to make sure you have everything you need, not going too fast, not jumping the gun, but, doing the work to get prepared mentally, physically, spiritually, and all that. And now it's time to leave. It's time to go collect. It's time to go after those pentacles that are out there waiting on you. You've done enough waiting, you've done enough planning, you've done enough of the inner work, you've done enough growing, all that. Everything you've been doing, perfect. And it was time for you to do that. Now it's time for you to get out there and go get it. And I feel like that's very important, because it's easy to spend a lot of time thinking. It's easy to spend a lot of time in the mind and planning, and feeling like you have to get super ready before you can move and do what you feel called to do. But that's also a trap. It's easy to feel like you're doing something and you're making progress when you're thinking about it a lot and you're putting a lot of energy in, even if it's just in the mind, because you feel like it's getting fleshed out, it's become more clear, you're doing a lot of the leg work without doing a lot of the physical work towards it. So yeah, definitely don't let yourself get stuck there. Like, that's very important, but the most important part is to actually get it out of here and to bring it into the physical, and to actually make those steps and do the things and actualize it and ground it in, because that's what it's actually about. So definitely don't let yourself get stuck up there. Dang. Page of Pentacles. I see there's a lot of money, a lot of material gain here for everybody, for all of us. Yeah, that thing you've been working on, your baby, it leads to everything that you want. So don't take it lightly. The things you feel called to create, the things you feel called to share, your passions, those lead you to more of yourself. They lead you to everything you want. So be sure not to just take them, see them as your hobbies or just things on the side. They should be just as important to you as the things you do for survival, that job you show up to every day because you need money. Because if you don't, you won't be able to eat, you won't be able to live. You need to treat your passions and your callings the same exact way. If you don't show up for them, you won't be able to live, not the way you want to. I know it's easy to feel like, when you have more time or when you get more established or your foundation is a little more set, you'll put more energy towards it. But what if I told you that the things you're called to do is what leads to that stuff, It's not a distraction from that. The things that you feel like are so important might be the distraction. Your job might be the distraction, the thing that keeps you away from your actual abundance, your actual calling, and the magic that's here for you, Your heart knows the way. Your heart leads you to more of yourself, leads you to, the best for you. And I feel like, the heart gets a bad rap because, it leads you to be open. It leads you to be vulnerable. And there's nothing wrong with that. People might take advantage. People might hurt you. People might, not reciprocate what you're giving. But at the end of the day, the quicker they show you who they are, the quicker they show you that they can't handle you the way you need to be handled and treat you the way you need to be treated, the quicker you can get them out of your life, But if you're not following your heart, you're leading with a closed heart, that leads you to, it's a longer period of time before things become clear, When you lead with your heart, everything's clear. Like, I'm not here to hide anything. This is who I am. This is how I feel. People can get with it or they can get gone, or they'll show you who they are, and then you can move accordingly. But if you're not showing yourself, or you're kind of keeping peace, or you're just kind of, doing whatever, then you're going to keep whatever, and it's not going to lead you. The more authentic you are, the more authentic the things that come back are going to be. If you're living your full truth, your reality, your life has no choice but to match that, because that's what you're putting out. So that's what's going to come in. But if you're, living by other people's standards and overthinking and doing what you think you should be doing, you're going to get a mixed bag of results, and you're not going to be able to kind of get that proof that allows you to keep walking in that authenticity. The biggest thing for me was like, all right, I'm going to lead more with my intuition, less with my logic. Of course, when it's necessary, have discernment. But yeah, when I can, I'm going to lead more into intuition. And the more I did that, the more I got proof that I can do that. And I can trust it, and that it actually leads me to things that I want, things that I love, things that are important to me, and the things that I've been chasing essentially before and trying to, manipulate my world to get, rather than just listening to my heart and my callings and the world around me and flowing with it. And when I started doing that, I was like, that's when you get the proof. You do 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, and you see the results. It becomes easier to do, but if you never do it, then you'll never know that. And I feel like that's a big thing for a lot of us. Once we flip that switch, we'll see that a lot of the BS things and our experience will change for sure. But yeah, I feel like I was on a tangent, but I guess somebody needed to hear that, and that's okay. Maybe it was just me who needed to hear that. But that's the beauty of these things, I'm here just like you guys are. Like, yeah, I'm the one reading the cards for you guys, but it's for me just as well. There's no separation. So appreciate you guys being here, and I appreciate you guys, creating the space. And without you guys being here, I can't be here. So it's dope, and I appreciate you guys. The moon. Need to go within. I don't know if it's just somebody or everybody, but there's something waiting for you, like in your inner world, something that's been trying to be communicated to you that you're not hearing. And your inner world and your higher self and all that, your spirit team is always trying to communicate with you. The world is always trying to communicate with you, but we're so busy, and society is designed to keep us so busy, and that we don't always hear those calls. Because think about it, if there's always noise, there's always somebody talking, you're always thinking, you can't even stop your thoughts, you're overthinking, how are you going to hear your guidance? How are you going to hear your spirit? How are you going to hear your intuition? Because that stuff is real quiet, real subtle. It doesn't come screaming at you. It doesn't come telling you over and over again like, hey, 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 hey. No, it tells you once. It tells you once, and it's usually the first thing. It's usually the quickest thing to And then after that, thoughts in your mind and stuff starts responding to that. And it's like, oh, but what about this? But what about that? Or are you sure that stuff, that's not your intuition. Like, your intuition states things very clearly. And your intuition is always, I don't want to say it's always a positive perspective, because if it's a dangerous thing to try and keep you safe, it'll get out of there. Like, that's not necessarily positive or negative. I guess it is positive, it keeps you okay. But yeah, your intuition is not going to be overthinking. Your intuition is not going to be super fearful, worried about how everything can go wrong. Like, your intuition is not going to do that, because your intuition knows that you're safe. Your intuition knows that you're a part of this universe, you're a part of this world, and there's nothing to be afraid of. Like, everything that needs to be will be, and you will be okay. And the longer you accept that the truth is that there's things to be afraid of, and that this world is a scary place, and there's things always out to get you, like, that will be your reality. You're so powerful that you can make yourself weak. Because if you have all the power and you decide, you know what, this world's scary, I'm a victim, and at every corner something bad can happen, you're so powerful that will be your reality, because that's what you're choosing to believe. And I know that's easier said than done, but go inside, meditate, journal. The more time you spend exploring your inner world, creating space and silence to hear your inner world and get your guidance, the better. And you'll see how your experience here starts to change, and how it becomes more you. The more you get in tune with yourself, the reflections of the world outside will have no choice but to match that. And pay attention to the things you're noticing. Like, if you're seeing hearts everywhere, that's a notification, an indicator of what your inner world's like right now. Because chances are you're not going to be seeing hearts everywhere if you're all mad inside, you're all angry, and you're doom and gloom. Like, chances are you're not going to see hearts everywhere. What you will see everywhere, you might see trash everywhere on the sidewalk, and wow, dang, what happened to this city? Like, it used to be so clean, and things like that. So pay attention to what you're seeing, where your awareness falls as you're navigating everyday life. And to be able to do that takes awareness. And I feel like mindfulness too, and meditation is very important in that. Like, the more you meditate, the more you spend time in that silence, in that space, the more the space becomes out in walking life. Like, life becomes a meditation, because the space between things happening and you reacting becomes a little bigger. The pause is bigger, so your triggers, you'll see them, you'll feel them before you just react to them. Because like, at this point, I can feel myself bubbling over. I feel like, I feel triggered, but there's that space to choose differently. Like, okay, I feel triggered right now, let me not just go with exactly what I would feel like saying or replying, or now I'm fighting back because I feel attacked, or just that stuff. And I feel like that gap gets bigger the more you meditate, the more you practice mindfulness. And that's everything, because that's how you free yourself from yourself, by being able to choose differently, to be able to see those programs running, to see your conditioning, to see your triggers before you've already reacted. Now, you said this to me, I lashed out, now we not friends anymore. And then and there was never a point where I had any say in it, because I boom, 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 it just flowed right through, and now I fucked up the relationship. Now we're not cool. And then there's always that stuff after, the clarity after that comes, and now you're like, dang, I didn't have to do that, or I guess they didn't really mean it like that. I could have reacted differently, but now it's too late. You've already, maybe you'll be able to fix a relationship, but band-aids are only band-aids. So yeah, I feel like it's very important to go within right now, especially as it's time, it's time for you to go get your abundance. It's time for everything that you've been working for to come in. I feel like mindfulness, meditation, yoga, all that stuff is going to help you to maximize what's coming in, and to be able to get more of it and sustain it. I feel like being reactionary and not being very mindful and falling victim to your triggers and to your conditioning, I feel like that's only going to lead you away from the beautiful things that's coming in for you. So definitely go inside. There's something that wants to be communicated with you. Um, we got the Queen of Swords on the bottom. And for me, it's the transformation of your thoughts, like we were just talking about. Like, you got the butterfly up there, and you see she's got the clouds. For me, it's like her thoughts are keeping her warm, or keeping her safe. And then you got some purple, divine knowledge, divine essence. She's wearing it as a dress, you know. She's surrounded by literally divine thought and divine energy. And I feel like your thoughts are transforming, and transforming your thoughts is the key to everything coming in, like I said. And that's also the reason you ended up here, most likely, is because it's time and you're in alignment, and your thoughts, it's time for your thoughts to change, or they've already been changing, and they've already become more aligned to your higher self and where you're going and the things you're bringing in for yourself. So definitely go within. Oh wow, and I pulled it to show you guys, and look, King of Swords. Can't make this stuff up. Yeah, be strong. Be strong with these thoughts. As you're transforming your thoughts, as you're seeing your thoughts transform, be strong. Continue to choose higher thought patterns. If something comes in that's, negative, or a thought that's, pulling you back where you're trying to leave from, a thought that's like, you're not good enough, or I don't think you should do that, or I don't think you can do that. There's better people that should be doing that. You stick to what you're used to. Be strong. At every turn, push those away. Don't entertain them. Because the more you entertain them, the more you're sending an indicator to yourself and the universe that you're aligned with those thoughts. You resonate with those thoughts. Because it's all to serve you. Everything is to serve you. Understand that those thoughts, be grateful for them. Like, don't, because you have to accept them. It's all part of you, and it's all just information. It's all just information about how you feel, your inner world, where you've been, and the programs that are running your choices and what you feel in any situation. Like, and the thought that says, oh no, you're not good enough to do that, tells you like, wow, there's parts of me that feels like I'm not good enough. And if you don't feel that way, and if you don't want to feel that way, and you don't find that to be true, then that's you would want that indicator to let you know that. You don't want to just be operating and not knowing that the thing that's driving all your abundance and your attraction and all that, at the root, it's you don't believe in yourself, because everything that's come is going to be reflections of that, and you don't want that. So be grateful for those thoughts, even though they're not aligned to who you are in this moment and who you're going to be and who you're becoming. But say thank you, but also let it know, like, no, that's not how we feel. I actually replace it. You're not good enough. Well, actually, I am good enough. Thank you for letting me know that, that there's parts of me that aren't all the way on board with that yet, that haven't all the way been initiated into where we're going. And I send love to that part. And thank you for letting me know that you feel that way. You're safe. It's okay. We're going to be okay. And we are good enough. I promise you. Keep it moving. Imagine, if you do that every time, just for a day, you'll go into tomorrow being a whole different person, honestly. And that's what it takes. But also being able to catch those thoughts is the mindfulness. If you're not meditating, if you're not spending times in that silence, you're just going, you're going to miss those thoughts. They're going to be there. You might notice them, but you're not going to notice, like, oh, wait, no, that's not. It's just going to be running, because it's going to be one thought. And then by the time you peep that one, another one came, and then it's all just, it's too much. So mindfulness. Everybody I come across, everybody who ever wants to do something or is trying to, meditation, it's important. And if you go and look at anybody who's ever done anything, and people who speak about like their life and how it changed, and how meditation is always up there at the top, because your mind is everything. It's just information. Like, your mind just is information. So you want to be able to be getting the right information, helpful information, but you also want to see your inner world. You also want updates on how you're feeling. So you want to get that as right as you can. You want to get that as aligned as you can, and get it flowing in the right direction, because when you do, it's a super powerful tool. Like, it can change your whole life. But society and everything, our conditioning, everything just has it running a little wonky wacky right now. Like, there's viruses in the computer, so it's like The way to get that out is to meditate, become mindful, become very well acclimated with the environment of your mind, of your thoughts, and you know it like the back of your hand. And you can identify, you can catch yourself when, when programs get ran that aren't in alignment to who you are and who you want to be. So, yeah, be strong and understand that it is that deep. Do not entertain those thoughts that are not reflective of who you are and where you're going, please. If every time you catch it, reframe, no, we are good enough. No, there is enough abundance out here for me. No, I can have that. Yes, I am the type of person who can do that. Yeah, correct it every single time. And not even just your thoughts, like this is off on another side, but your friends, your people around you, every time they don't keep the peace, but okay, they say something that's actually not true. I can do that. Or actually, no, I am good at that. I do know what I'm talking about. Don't allow people to play with you, because if you allow people to play with you, you'll play with yourself. And you're probably already playing with yourself, and that's another reflection of you. Because if you don't let yourself play with yourself, why would you let somebody else play with you? That doesn't even make no sense. You spend every day with yourself. If anybody has the right to play with you, it's you. You've seen who you are. You know nobody knows you better than you. So if you don't even play with yourself, that person who sees you a couple hours a day, who exists just in your phone for half the time, and then you see them sometimes, like, they better not play with you, and you better not let them. So strength in the mind. You have the divine protecting you. Your thoughts, they're trying to send you powerful thoughts. They're just trying to send you downloads of exactly who you are, who you came here to be. But if you're sitting here entertaining thoughts that are lower than that, you're too busy overthinking, you're too busy doing other stuff, you'll miss it. You'll miss it. The divine is real subtle. It's damn near a whisper. So you have to quiet your mind and quiet your energy and become, I don't want to say whole, because we are whole if we allow ourselves to be. And even if we're not, we're using our whole self to be half ourselves. We're using all our magic to convince ourselves that we only have 25% or that we're regular. And it's like, why? All that magic that is you, let it go. I want 100%. If there's more to be had, if there's more magic and miracles to experience, why not? Why not? So don't limit yourself, because that's the only thing limiting you is yourself. And whatever you accept will be your reality. Whatever stories you tell yourself of, oh, this is how my life operates, it will. And it'll give you proof, and you'll be like, see, I told you. And meanwhile, it was you. That's proof of your power right there. I told you, like, okay, tell yourself a better story. Tell yourself that, only good things happen to me. I'm abundant. I'm rich as fuck. My money's on the way right now. Actually, my money's here. Tell yourself that. Tell yourself that all the time. See what happens. And then when that comes in, say, I told you so about that. Why do you want to be right about negativity? Why do you want to be right about how terrible things are for you? There's no points in that. Like, congratulations, you were correct. Like, no. Speak life into yourself. And if you're wrong, hey, we'll see. But you're no closer being negative all the time, expecting the worst. That's not getting you where you want to go. I promise you that. You're not expecting the worst and then getting the amazing things all the time. I guarantee you, you're not. You're just getting proof that, that's how your life operates. So try something different. How will it hurt? Do it for a week. Maybe this is the week to do that. Maybe that's why you're here. So strength of the mind. This is everything. Dang, bottom of the pile is going crazy. I'm trying to go back to shuffling, but these cards feel like, they're exactly energy. Wish fulfillment. You restore that balance in your inner world and your outer world, and you get that aligned. This is everything you've been wanting. It's right here. It's here for you. It's time. Back to that. This is wish fulfillment right here. Come on. Pour into yourself. Pour into your outer world and your inner world. Don't just work in the outer world trying to change it, because the outer world is just reflections. It's just reflections. If you don't change who you are, you don't change your choices, you don't change, your alignment and your vibration, your frequency, you're not going to attract anything different. You're going to be getting the same reflections in different forms. It's going to feel different, maybe. That person's going to feel, it's going to be a different person than that person. The lessons are the same. You're still not happy with them. You're still being reminded, like, this is not, I don't feel compatible, I don't feel aligned, because you're not aligned inside. It's a reflection. Pay attention to what you're getting. If you're getting nothing but shit outside, look inside. There might be some shit to clean up. All right, let me shuffle. Let's see. Yeah, this is dope. I definitely want to do this more often. I feel like I said, I didn't come in here with anything, but the channel is very clear right now. And yeah, it feels good. feels really, really good. So thank you guys again. Nothing but gratitude. I'm gonna keep saying that. So yeah, hope to see you guys here every Monday. And hey, if you guys really love it, we can up it. We can start Tarot Tuesdays too. Like, whatever. If there's a call for it, I'm willing to show up. It's very important for me to, be a vessel. Like for me, like a couple years ago, I decided, I want to be a part of miracles. Like when somebody finds $1 on the bill and they're so thankful, $1 on the floor, and they're so thankful. Like, oh my God, like like look at God. I want to be a part of that. Like I want to go leave $1 on the floor, and then somebody finds it, and it's like, whoa, like this is everything. I want to be a part of that for sure. Like, so I've literally done that. Like I've literally had, like, I got a couple dollars, let me go put it somewhere so somebody can find it and have that moment, and it, bringing them back to spirit, bringing them back, thunder. Hey, that's a sign, but bringing them back into alignment with spirit and themselves, and creating that space for divine moments to fill their vessel, for God to reach them, for the universe to reach them. And through little things like that, like finding $2 could change your whole life, bro. Especially at a time when maybe you were needing money, now you prayed like, oh, please. And then boom, you found $1 too. Yeah, it's not gonna change your life, but it's an indicator like you were heard, So who says that, that miracles have to just come from a divine place? We are divine. So if I go and leave it like that, is from God, and that is from me, and so I want to be intentionally creating miracles for people. And so yeah, I don't even remember where I was going with that, but yeah, I felt really called to share that. So how can you be a vessel yourself? How can you ground in miracles? Dude, if we all operate like that, this place would be amazing, bro. Like, yeah. So yeah, hey, go leave $1 or $2 for somebody to find, and now all of a sudden they believe in God, and now all of a sudden they believe in themselves, they believe in the universe, or whatever. I feel like whatever you believe something. Like, there's so many protections, there's so much power in spirit and spirituality, and not just one form. Like Christianity may not work for you, Buddhism might, or shit, who knows. Like spirit, there's not just one way. Like I feel like it all brings you back to the same place when done correctly. At the end of the day, it should empower you. So I would say don't just follow anything. Like if you don't feel empowered, if you're left to feel like you're always going outside for support and help and to feel whole in yourself, then that's an indicator that you're not doing something that's in alignment to true spirit. Because true spirit, you're not separated from it at all. You don't have to go seek it. You don't have to go anywhere every week to get it. You don't have to. It's in you. You're a part of it. All you have to do is slow down and be you authentically. Be you authentically. Not the you that you feel like you have to be, not the identities you've been wearing, but be you authentically. Tap in with yourself, go within. You'll realize that, it was never separate. You wanted to reach God, all you had to do was reach yourself fully. God's always speaking to you. Universe is always speaking to you and through you. And through you and your experiences, always. Just tune in. Just be aware. And that awareness, mindfulness. You gotta meditate, man. You gotta meditate. Please, treat it like it's life or death. Like that job you have to go to, or else you won't be able to have the things you need. Meditate, or else you won't be able to have the things you need, inside or outside. I promise you. So if you take away one thing from this whole thing, and I said a lot, and it's just meditation, it was successful, because you'll reach all the rest of those conclusions on your own. You'll reach them on your own. You wouldn't have had to get it from me, because at the end of the day, I'm just telling you what you're ready to hear. Like I said, I'm a channel, I'm a vessel for the divine. Like, I'm just doing my part. I felt called to come here and share this with you, and you're here because a lot of things align, because it was time for you to hear it. So understand that it is that deep. Everything is that deep. There's no coincidences. Pay attention. Everything that, that's a little stuff. Pay attention. What is that? What is that about? Why did that just happen? Why did that come into your orbit? Seriously, investigate it. Keep a journal. Write down the things that happened to you. Go back and look, like, dang, whoa. And you'll see, like, a picture is painted, bro. Hindsight is always 20/20. You look back and you see why things had to happen. You see how things aligned. If you can have hindsight in the present moment, understand that, I don't know what's going on, but know that one day you'll be able to look back and you'll see exactly why it happened. Have that clarity now. Embrace it. Be like, yo, this is hard, but I know it's for a reason. I know all roads lead to where I'm trying to go, and I know I'll understand. If I don't understand now, I will. Take that approach. You'll see how your life changes. I promise you. Because that's all you have control of. Your perspective and how you react to things. So things will happen. People will do what they do. You could be as prepared as you want, but life's gonna unfold however it unfolds. And at that point, the only thing you can do is react and choose what perspective you're gonna have. If it's a negative one or a positive one. And the negative one doesn't really serve you, so there's really only one option: to flow with it and keep going, keep doing your thing, keep focusing on what you feel called to do and what you can do and what. Damn, lost that train of thought, but yeah. So it's you versus you. It always has been. And that's not to discredit or to downplay. You know, life is hard and things happen for sure. But understand that, especially if you're here for a big mission, especially if you're here and you feel called to be a healer, you feel called to save the world and make the world a better place, that starts with healing yourself. So you're gonna attract in situations to heal. You're gonna attract in situations that will allow you to, to resonate with the people you're trying to serve. If you've never been through anything, how can you help somebody who's going through everything? Even if you are capable of doing it, they're gonna, it's gonna be hard to trust that. Like, it's gonna be like, yeah, but you haven't done anything. Like, your life was peaches and cream. Like, why should I believe that you saying, oh, it gets better? Oh, like, it's you versus you. It's a choice. Like, why would I believe that? Like, you haven't actually experienced anything. Like, it's easy to feel that way, And you could very well be absolutely right, because you are right. That is the truth. But it's much easier to digest when you're like, yo, I've been through this, and and I was able to keep this perspective and I got out of it. Like, that's more useful. Like, because then what can they say to that? Like, damn, okay, they've been through that too and they still got there. So the reason that they're positive is not because they haven't been through anything. Because it's easy to discount, you haven't been through that, whatever. I'm gonna just keep feeling like a victim. But when you can be like, yo, I was in that dark place too. I experienced abuse too. I survived this too. And I still got to this point, so you can too. That means something. So if you're here and you feel called to be a healer, you're gonna have to heal yourself. You're your first project. You're your first. And once you do that, watch. That's gonna give you all the tools you need to be able to heal the next person. All the experience you need to be able to relate to the next person, to really understand what people need, and to really understand, where you can put yourself to make this world a better place. And so, be grateful for the experiences and the hardships that come your way on your journey to save the world, if that's your journey, because that's equipping you. It's building the foundation for you to get that's your superpowers right there. That's your origin story. That's your spider biting you in the lab. Like, so be grateful for every hardship that comes. Like, definitely make it through it and understand. Be grateful with yourself. I'm not saying like, oh, this is fine. Like, no, for sure. Feel your feelings, but understand, like, don't try to separate them from you. Don't try to separate them from where you're going. Be grateful for them, because every road leads to where you're going. You won't be you. You wouldn't be you if you took out all the bad stuff that happened, because all that led you to this choice, that led you to this wisdom, that led you to learning this thing. It led you to be passionate about helping people who also go through it. And, you're being molded every step of the way. So that terrible thing is just as important as the best thing you've ever experienced. It all came together to make you. There is no separation, I promise. And the quicker you understand that, the better. You have to love all of your experience. I know it's not easy. I know it's hard. But you have to love it. Try. The things sent to destroy you, that you feel like are sent to destroy you, love them. Thank you. Oh my God. Wow, I needed that punch in the face. Oh wow, I need that kick in the stomach. Thank you. And continue to show up. Watch how your world changes. Watch, I promise. And like I said, I'm here to be a healer, and I've had a lot of experiences. I promise, I've had a lot of experiences. I'm a survivor of police brutality. I've experienced domestic violence. I was beat as a kid. Spent a lot of time alone. Spent a lot of time feeling misunderstood. And that's just quick stuff. I've had a lot of experiences, for sure. And I understand that I do feel called to be here to save the world. I feel called to do these things, and it's like, yeah, I wouldn't be able to, or I wouldn't be able to do it at the level I can do it if I didn't experience the things I experienced. They helped me to relate to people. They allowed me to be able to say that to you just now, to calm you, to calm your heart, to allow you to become more receptive to my message. And had I not experienced them, I wouldn't have been able to tell you that I experienced them, for you to be like, oh, okay, like this is somebody who maybe be able to relate to me. And that alone I'm grateful for. And the fact that I made it through all those things, and I love who I am. So that'd be disrespectful to who I am now to discredit the things I've been through, or to not value them, because they led to the person I love so much. And the things you've been through led to you, and you love yourself. You should. And if you don't, then that's when it's time to go inside and kind of unpack why that is. Because you spend every day with yourself. You're the only person you've been with every step of the way. How can you love anybody if you don't love yourself? It's not possible, for real. So yeah, it's starting to rain, and I don't know. I don't think I was done, but yeah, I'm gonna flow with it, and I'm gonna leave the message there. I'm gonna put one more card to close, but thank you guys. I'm definitely gonna do this more often. I'm gonna post this on my page too, so if you want to watch it again or listen again, it will definitely be there. Or if you joined like halfway through and you missed some of it, definitely tap in. It was dope. It was really dope. Yeah, this rain is coming down. I'm under a little something, so I'm a little dry. Let's see. The Hangman. Relax. Everything's okay. You're in the flow, man. I promise everything is how it is for a reason. Understand that it's just your perspective that's a little off. You see the enlightenment. He's there. He's hanging upside down. He's not the right way, but he understands, like, he's exactly where he needs to be. And so are you. He's safe. He's absolutely fine. He's protected. His eyes don't even have to be open. He doesn't need to watch his back. He's protected by things bigger than him. Look at all this support. Trees for me is like ancestors and spirit and all that. He's completely surrounded. He's safe. You are too. Keep loving, keep showing up authentically, and keep doing the things you feel called to do, because that's going to lead to everything you want. But yeah, it's starting to pour down. I love you guys. I'm out, and I appreciate you guys. And I look forward to doing this more. This was amazing. So love. Be easy.